are now holding a meeting of the Napoleon FFA chapter. Madam Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they are at their stations, and report back to you, Madam President. The Sentinel.
Stationed by the door.
Your duties there?
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the President in maintaining order.
The reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people, in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to Puerto Rico and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there?
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among members and strive to build up our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there?
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries, wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
Here, by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I am asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice is always based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Madam Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the President so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Madam President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
There are 6 members and 1 advisor present, Madam President.
Thank you, FFA members. Why are we here?
To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess.
May we accomplish our purposes, I now declare this meeting of the Napoleon FFA chapter duly open to the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented. Is there any further business to be transacted at this time?
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the Vice President.
I move that we steal all Mr. Schneider's coffee.
Second the
It is
motion.
improperly seconded that we steal all Mr. Schneider's coffee. Is there any discussion on the main motion?
I call for the orders of the day.
The orders of the day have been called for. Madam Secretary, what are the orders of the day?
That we discuss chapter exchange and chapter activities.
Does any member object to following the orders of the day? Hearing no objections, we will follow the orders of the day. What are the wishes of the chapter?
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the Secretary.
I move that our chapter do an exchange program with another chapter from Florida.
Second the motion. It is improperly seconded that our chapter do an exchange program with another chapter from Florida. Is there any discussion on the main motion?
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the Secretary.
FFA members, I made this motion because this is a great opportunity for our chapter to grasp at it and increase our diversity and expand our horizons. I think this is a great opportunity for our chapter to just realize that there are new ideas out there, and we'll be able to open our minds to the different things that they do within their chapter, and I think we would have a lot of fun with this, and I encourage you all to vote for this motion.
Madam President. Chair recognizes the Vice President.
I agree with the maker of this motion. I really think this motion is a wonderful idea. There is so much that we could benefit from this motion. By exchanging with another member from Florida, we will learn so much more about their chapter and their state and exactly how they run their FFA chapter. This could really help our chapter and benefit our community. And so I encourage you all to vote for this motion.
I rise for parliamentary inquiry.
Stay inquiry.
What voice needs pass main motion?
Main motion requires a majority vote for passage. Is there any other discussion on the main motion?
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the Sentinel.
I rise in opposition to this motion. This would not be advantageous for our chapter. Florida is simply too culturally diverse for us, and we would not be able to benefit from anything that we would learn there. Also, this would be very stressful for the member that we chose to go, and we wouldn't learn a lot. Therefore, I encourage you to vote down the motion.
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the reporter.
I rise in favor of this motion. FFA members, I think this would be a great opportunity that we cannot pass up. We need to be taking advantage of this motion and participating in this exchange program. We could learn many new ideas from this Florida FFA chapter,
and we could take them into our chapter and use them as our own. We could also share with them the ideas that we have, and they can take them back to their hometown. So I encourage you to back me up and vote for this motion.
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the treasurer.
Members, as treasurer, I've been thinking about the money that will go into this, and I think that's going to be not beneficial for us to do this. It'll take a lot of money to get flights organized and all this stuff organized with this Florida exchange student. So please vote down this motion.
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the vice
I
president.
move to suspend the standing chapter rule that states members must wear official dress to meetings.
Second the motion.
It is a properly moved second to suspend the standing chapter rule, which states that members must wear official dress to meetings. All those in favor of suspending the standing chapter rule, which states that members must wear official dress to meetings, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no.
No.
Noes have it. Motion fails. We will not suspend the standing chapter rule, which states that members must wear official dress during meetings. Is there any other discussion on the main motion?
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the reporter.
I move to refer this motion to an ad hoc committee of 3 appointed by the chair, and they be given the power to report back.
Second the motion.
It is properly moved second to refer this motion to an ad hoc committee of 3 appointed by the chair, and that they be given the power to report back. Is there any discussion on the motion to refer?
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the reporter.
Officers, I made this motion. I think a special committee of 3 could really handle this motion well and get everything organized and together that we need to for this exchange program to happen. I also think it would be good if they do report back, because they will not be leaving any of us in the dark, and everybody in the chapter will know what is happening with this exchange program. I encourage you to vote for this refer.
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the sentinel.
I do not support this refer. I think that as officers, we need to realize that this is a bad motion and would have bad consequences for our chapter. This is simply simply too culturally diverse for us to be comparing to, and therefore we do not need to be researching it further. I encourage you to vote in the negative of the refer.
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the vice president.
I am in favor of this refer. I really think that a special committee will be able to handle all the components of this motion. They will organize all the information for us and let the chapter know exactly what the costs are going to be and how this is going to work. I really think that we do not need to be wasting our time discussing this motion anymore, and that the chapter of 3 will inform us on all we need to know. So I encourage you all to vote for this refer.
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the secretary.
FFA members, this refer has my full support. I think it's just going to make logical sense for us to refer, because there's going to be a lot of details that go into this project, such as flight times, as well as the cost, and I think it's just going to be beneficial for us to give it to 3 people. They'll be able to get the job done. Therefore, I believe the only possible way to vote is in the affirmative.
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the treasurer.
Officers, I encourage you to vote down this refer. I think that this is going to be a bad idea. Give it to 3 people. I think that it's just too big of a motion for them to deal with, and it cannot be done. So please vote against this refer.
Is there any other discussion on the motion to refer? Discussion. Hearing none, we will now proceed to vote. All those in favor of referring this motion to an ad hoc committee of 3 appointed by the chair, and that they be given the power to report back, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no.
No.
Ayes have it. Motion passed. We will refer this motion to an ad hoc committee of 3 appointed by the chair, and they will be given the power to report back. The committee will be made up of the secretary, the reporter, and the vice president, with the secretary being the chair. Is there any other new business?
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the vice
I
president.
move that our chapter hold a hot dog eating contest during FFA week.
Second the
It
motion.
is properly moved seconded that our chapter holds a hot dog eating contest during FFA week.
I object to consideration of the question.
An object has been called for. Shall we consider the question which states that our chapter holds a hot dog eating contest during FFA week? All those in favor of considering the question which states that our chapter holds a hot dog eating contest during FFA week, please rise. Thank you, be seated. All opposed, please rise. Thank you, be seated. With 4 in the affirmative and 1 in the negative, the motion fails, and we shall consider the question which states that our chapter holds a hot dog eating contest during FFA week. Is there any discussion on the main motion?
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the vice president.
I made this motion because I think this will be a wonderful idea for our chapter. We do a lot of boring activities during FFA week, and this would be something that would definitely get the student body interested in FFA. By doing this, we might increase membership and get more people interested. And besides that, I love hot dogs, and I absolutely know for a fact that I could win this contest, and I need some more bragging rights around the school. So I encourage you all to vote for this motion.
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the reporter.
I agree with the maker of this motion. I think having a hot dog eating contest during FFA week would be beneficial to our chapter. A lot of people would participate in this, and I think it would really help our school community to grow together and just come together and participate in one activity together. I really think this would be an awesome opportunity for our chapter that we need to take advantage of. But I don't know if hot dog would be the right food that we should be using for this contest. But please vote for this motion.
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the treasurer.
I disagree with this motion. I do not think this is going to be a good idea. First of all, it's not very healthy to have a hot dog eating contest. Second of all, what if somebody chokes on something? We could have very issues on liability. So please vote down this motion.
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the secretary.
I move to adjourn the meeting.
Second
It is
motion.
probably moved seconded that we adjourn the meeting. All those in favor of adjourning the meeting, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no.
No.
Noes have it. Motion fails. The meeting is not adjourned. Any other discussion on the main motion?
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the secretary.
FFA members, this is a horrendous motion. Hot dog eating contest is going to be very dangerous, and hot dogs are disgusting. It's not going to be very good for our chapter, and not only that, but during FFA week, we are very busy with other activities, and we will not have the time for this. I think we can find a better activity that would suit our purpose to have
striking out hot dog and inserting pie.
Second motion.
It's a proper move seconded to amend the main motion by striking out the word hot dog and inserting pie. Is there any discussion on the motion to amend?
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the reporter.
FFA members, I made this motion, this amendment. I think we shall be having pie instead of hot dogs because a lot of people do not like hot dogs and they are very fattening, and I don't think many people would be up for them. Plus, if you're a vegetarian, why would you want to eat a hot dog? And I think we would encourage more people to participate in this activity if we did have pie instead of hot dogs. So please back me up and vote for this amendment.
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the sentinel.
I am fully opposed to this frivolous amendment. Pies are simply too unhealthy to be having this. Somebody could easily choke on a pie just as easily as a hot dog, so we should not have pies. This is very unhealthy, and I feel we would be supporting the world's problem of obesity. We do not want that name for our chapter, so I encourage you to vote in the negative.
Is there any other discussion on the motion to amend? Discussion. Hearing none, we'll now proceed to vote. All those in favor of amending the motion by striking out hot dogs and inserting pie, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no.
No.
Those have motion failed, we will not amend the main motion by striking out the word hot dog and inserting pie. Is there any other discussion on the main motion?
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the sentinel.
I move to postpone this motion indefinitely.
Second motion.
It's a proper move seconded that we postpone this motion indefinitely. Is there any discussion on the motion to postpone?
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the sentinel.
Fellow officers, this is the only logical thing we can do with this motion. This is a frivolous idea, and we cannot do this as a chapter. We would be showing our community that we support unhealthy lifestyles, and it would be a liability and also an extra expense that our chapter does not need right now. I encourage you to back me up and vote for this postpone.
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the Vice President.
Fellow members, we cannot kill this motion. This motion is a wonderful idea. We really do need a new activity during FFA week. The students are getting bored with the activities that we do every year, and we need something new to spice it up. I really think that this hot dog eating contest will be a wonderful idea for our chapter, and so we cannot kill it. Vote against this postpone.
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the Secretary.
FFA members, I'm in favor of this postpone. We need to kill this motion. It's just going to be very dangerous for us to do, and I think there's just too many things that could happen that would be bad, and I think that the only logical thing to do here is kill this motion.
Madam President.
Chair recognizes the Treasurer.
Members, I encourage you to vote for this postpone. I think it's going to be a good idea to just kill this motion right now. Pie eating contests do not pertain to FFA week at all, and I think that we should vote for this postpone.
Is there any other discussion on the motion to postpone? Discussion. Hearing none, we'll now proceed to vote. All those in favor of postponing this motion indefinitely, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no.
No.
Ayes have it, motion passes. The motion is postponed indefinitely. Is there any other new business? New business. Madam Secretary, do you record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I have none, Madam President.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this meeting? We are about to adjourn the meeting of the Napoleon FFA chapter. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, please join me in a salute to our flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I now declare this meeting adjourned.